Got up the next day, came in for treatments and was like, feel more sore here than usual. When I got it checked out, and not great news, but it wasn't what I wanted to hear.
Once again, the basketball world is watching its worst fear about Zion Williamson come true. His body is breaking down. And this time, it is truly frightening to see.
So this looks like it can be chronic. And if it's chronic, the way that he plays, that's unfortunate for New Orleans.
But this is about more than just another injury. It's about what it could mean for his entire future. To understand what happened, you need to go back to November 2nd, 2025. The Pelicans were playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. Zion was on the court for 28 minutes and scored 20 points. On the surface, it was a normal night for him. He was doing what he does best, using his incredible size, speed, and power to force his way to the basket. He looked like the unique and dominant player we know, but underneath it all, a problem was growing. It was an issue that would soon take him off the court, adding another disappointing chapter to a career that has been too often interrupted by injuries.
Did it happen in the Cleveland game?
It had to have, because when I left the arena, I felt fine. No problems, no nothing. Got up the next day, came in for treatments and was like, feel more sore here than usual.
For those who don't know, a grade 1 strain is the mildest kind of muscle injury. It's a small tear that usually heals in 1 to 3 weeks with rest. For most players, this is a small setback, not a major problem. But for Zion Williamson, it's never that simple. His body has been through so much already. Doctors first said they would check on him again in 7 to 10 days. That seemed like good news. They told him to follow the standard Rice method: rest, ice, compression, and elevation. This is meant to reduce swelling and help him heal. Just 9 days later, on November 13th, there was a positive update. Zion was cleared to practice with the team again. This was a great sign that his body was healing well. While he recovered, Zion had to sit out 8 games. He watched from the sidelines as his team, the Pelicans, struggled without him. They had already lost their first 6 games of the season before he got hurt. Losing their best player made things even tougher, and they faced a difficult stretch. Against teams like the Hornets, Mavericks, Spurs, and Suns.
How has it been going through an injury again?
The initial part is always just rough on your mental, but after the first week, your spirits are back up, and just being around the guys helps a lot as well.
But here is where the story turns hopeful. On November 19th, 2025, Zion Williamson returned to play against the Denver Nuggets. Even though the Pelicans lost 125 to 118, just having him back was a huge boost for the team's spirit. In 29 minutes of play, he scored 14 points, got 6 rebounds, and made 5 assists. He wasn't quite as sharp as before his injury, but his presence on the court changed everything. He drew the defense's attention and created chances for his teammates. The team's coach, James Barago, was clearly thrilled. The coach said, "He got us off to a really good start. More than anything, just having Zion out there is phenomenal for our spirit, for our team, our city, and our whole organization." The very next night, Zion played against the Dallas Mavericks and looked even stronger. He scored 22 points, showing more of the explosive power that made him a star. The highlights from that game reminded everyone of the player they love. Unstoppable force, moving with a power and grace that seems to defy physics.
Derek out of the timeout. Zeal get the easy one. I like that ATO by Coach Borrego.
And you get the steal. You push the basketball. This gives you an opportunity to head downhill and attack.
Will be Z on the attack. Yep, he'll get there. What a finish to the half.
But the very next day was a clear reminder that the Pelicans must be very careful with their star player. On November 22nd, the team announced Zion would not play against the Atlanta Hawks. The reason was left hamstring injury management. It was not a new injury. It was a smart, careful decision by the medical team. They did not want him playing 2 nights in a row so soon after his return. The risk of re-injuring his healing leg was just too high, especially given Zion's history. Then, on November 24th, something special happened. It's a night Pelicans fans won't forget. Their team was in a deep slump, having lost 9 games in a row. Their record was a dismal 2 wins and 12 losses. The fans were desperate for a spark, for anything to give them hope. And that night, Zion Williamson delivered.
Z trying to get there again on the spin. Beautiful jump ball.
It's funny when that three.
In just 30 minutes on the court, Zion was spectacular. He scored 29 points, matching his best game of the season. He was incredibly efficient, making over 57% of his shots. Was also sharp from the free throw line, making 13 of 16 attempts. He didn't just score. He filled the stat sheet with 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block, helping his team on both offense and defense. His amazing performance powered the Pelicans to a 143-point win, their highest score all year. It was the breakthrough they desperately needed, finally ending their painful losing streak.
Cleary. And Z gets there. He'll get the roll.
Line of contact.
Yeah, once Javon Carter left the space, he forced Zion all the way out to the three-point line to accept the pass.
After the game, you could hear the mix of feelings in Zion's voice. He was happy with how his body felt, but clearly frustrated by his limited playing time. "I felt great tonight," he told reporters. "The minutes restriction is frustrating, but I will make it happen with the minutes I have." His words perfectly capture his difficult situation. He feels healthy and wants to play more to help his team win. But the medical staff has to be careful. They must protect him from getting hurt. Again, even if it means holding him back.
What's kind of the analysis from the people you're talking to of like, how can we like try to treat this, going forward?
Working on mobility, strength in different areas. It's definitely a lot of things that I can do to improve on, taking stress off that.
As of November 25th, 2025, Zion Williamson's name is no longer on the injury report. This is a very positive sign, meaning he is likely available to play in the team's upcoming games. However, the Pelicans are still being very careful. They will probably still rest him when the team has to play on back-to-back nights. This shows their long-term focus. They're thinking about protecting their star players' health for the entire 82-game season.
Because you're such a gifted athlete, you put so much force on your lower extremities. Like, is that part of it that like you're kind of one of one from an athleticism perspective, and like, I don't like, is that part of the conversation that you're having of like, we might have to do different things to treat this and all that?
Absolutely. You have to factor that in because I don't have the normal basketball body type, but I can also do things that guards can do. Can really get off the ground. So yeah, we definitely take that approach when going into rehab.
This latest injury, while minor, is another reminder of the fragile situation Zion Williamson is in every time he plays. To truly understand his struggles, we need to look at his complete injury history. Since joining the NBA, Zion has played in only 222 out of a possible 492 regular season games. That means he's been available for just 45% of his team's games. To put it another way, he has missed more games, about 268, than he has played. The warning signs started even before he was a professional. In high school, and during his famous year at Duke University, he had a few small injuries, but nothing prepared us for what happened on February 20th, 2019, in a huge game against North Carolina. Just 36 seconds in, his Nike shoe ripped apart and he fell, clutching his knee. He was diagnosed with a knee sprain and missed several games. When the Pelicans drafted him, his first overall in 2019, fans in Louisiana were overjoyed. They finally had a superstar to build around. But that excitement was short-lived. Before his first season even started, he needed surgery on his right knee for a torn meniscus. He missed the first 44 games of his career. When he finally made his debut, he was brilliant, scoring 22 points and showing everyone his amazing talent. However, his rookie year was still filled with interruptions, including an ankle sprain and the COVID-19 pandemic. He played only 24 games. His second season was more promising. He played 61 games, was named an All-Star, and averaged 27 points per game. But he still missed games for a toe injury, a thumb sprain, and a broken finger that ended his season early. Then came the devastating 2021-22 season. He broke his right foot during the summer and needed surgery. He faced setback after setback. In his recovery, The Pelicans eventually announced he would miss the entire season. During this time, there were also concerns about his weight and fitness. When he returned for the 2022-23 season, Pelicans showed their faith in him by giving him a massive contract extension worth nearly $200 million. But on January 4th, 2023, the hamstring problems that now define his career began. He suffered a major strain that kept him out for the rest of the season, including the All-Star game and the play-in tournament. He missed 41 more games.
The dude has a body built for NFL Sunday. And he's playing a game that really forces him to have a lot of torque and an explosion off his muscles. And he has to stretch. More than anyone, he has to. This is the second time, I believe, the hamstring problem with him. So this looks like it can be chronic. And if it's chronic, the way that he plays, that's unfortunate for New Orleans.
A story of two Zions, brilliance and fragility. The 2023-24 season was Zion's most durable yet. He played a career-high 70 games. The Pelicans carefully managed his playing time with a special injury prevention plan, yet he still had small injuries and rest days. Then, in the play-in tournament, he suffered another hamstring injury. Ending his season early, the following 2024-25 season was a familiar story. He missed 27 games with a major hamstring strain. When he returned, he showed flashes of his brilliant self. But his season ended in March after just 30 games due to a back injury. This brings us to the current 2025-26 season, which started well before his latest hamstring strain in November. Stats tell the story when you look at his career numbers. They are incredible. He averages 24.6 points per game on amazing 58.6% shooting. When he is on the court, he is one of the most dominant offensive players in the league. The tragedy is that he is rarely on the court. Why do the injuries keep happening? Experts point to his unique body and playing style. At 6 feet 6 inches and 284 pounds, his powerful, explosive moves put enormous stress on his legs. The hamstring muscles are especially vulnerable for a player who attacks the basket with such force. It's been reported that the team is even trying to reprogram the way he walks and runs to reduce the stress on his body. The impact beyond the court, these repeated injuries have consequences. His trade value is reportedly at an all-time low. The Pelicans have invested heavily in him as their franchise star. But his absences make it very difficult to build a consistent winning team. The man behind the player, despite the challenges, there is reason for hope. Zion is still young and has the potential for a long career. His background's Zion Williamson was born in 2000 in North Carolina. Athletics run in his family. His father was a football player and his mother was a sprinter. After his parents divorced, his stepfather, a former basketball player, began training him from a very young age, including 5 a.m. workouts. Rise to stardom, he was a high school legend, averaging over 30 points per game. In his 1 year at Duke University, he was the best player in the country, winning every major award. He was then drafted first overall by the Pelicans in 2019. Personal life and interests off the court. Zion is a complex person. He enjoys writing poetry, listening to Jay-Z, and watching anime. He has a young daughter with his girlfriend, Akima Love. However, his personal life has also been marked by serious controversy. In May 2025, an ex-girlfriend filed a lawsuit accusing him of serious abuse. This case is an ongoing legal matter and a reminder that athletes face complex personal challenges. Business and charities and signed a massive $75 million deal with Jordan Brand. He has also shown generosity, like when he paid the salaries of arena workers during the COVID-19 pandemic shutdown. Conclusion: Zion Williamson's career is a constant battle between his incredible talent and his fragile body. He is a player who can dominate a game like few others, but his story remains one of what could be. The hope for fans and the Pelicans is that he can finally find a way to stay on the court and show the world the player he was always meant to be.
The big question for everyone is this: can Zion Williamson finally stay healthy and become the superstar he was meant to be? Doctors and experts are split. Some worry that each hamstring injury makes the next one more likely. Others point to the 2023 season, where he played 70 games as proof that with the right care and conditioning, he can be durable. One thing is undeniable. When Zion is on the court, he is must-see television. His powerful dunks and incredible skill are a thrill to watch. His 29-point game against the Bulls was a perfect reminder of why we were all so excited about him in the first place. As this season continues, the focus will be on his ability to play game after game, not just have one great night. The Pelicans need him for the long haul to succeed. For Zion, this is the most important point in his career. He is still young. If he can string together healthy seasons, all the awards and success we predicted for him are still possible. But the clock is ticking. Every missed game is a lost opportunity. Zion's story is a powerful reminder that our bodies, even the most gifted ones, can be fragile. But as long as he's playing, fans will be watching, hoping, and enjoying one of the most unique players the game has ever seen.